Live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber, stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber, she's just doing what she can. Here comes Amber, cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, from sequins to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine gaze. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts to playing. It's time for cabareting on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Hello there. Happy Sunday, everyone. It's so good to see you. I hope it's good to see me, too. All right, before we get started, something special you got to do. You got to like, you got to share, and if you see a subscribe button anywhere, subscribe to that, too, would you please? It all helps us, and you want to know what's going on. Whew. And you know what's going on? Well, it's a night of frowns, crowns, and clowns on this week's Headlines. To start off with the frowns, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, passed away at 99 years of age. Who saw that coming? Wow. Apparently he died 10 years after I thought he had already passed. I do feel bad for Queen Elizabeth II. They were married for 73 years. A lot of people are speculating that because they were married for so long that she is going to pass soon as well. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. The Queen is the Queen. Haven't you watched The Crown? She's about to unleash herself upon the world. Her royal rear is going to go hog wild. She's going to be crowned deep in men. You watch that. Sorry, Charles, you're never going to be king because your mom is about to outlive you purely through the power of getting some post-Philippine. Yes. Now, Fox and Friends host Brian Kilmeade tried to blame Prince Philip's death on the Meghan and Harry Oprah interview. Yeah, of course, they blame the black women. Yeah, it was his ginger grandson and his Afro-Canadian wife, and not the fact that Prince was pushing 100 years old. I love that we think Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth even know who Oprah is. Is. Yes. So that was the frowns. Now on to even more crowns. Let's look to the world of international beauty pageants, where I'm sure there's absolutely no drama. I was wrong. One beauty queen is arrested for assaulting another. Now, apparently, Mrs. World Sri Lanka was arrested after she ripped the tiara off the newly crowned Mrs. Sri Lanka, declaring she broke the rules of the pageant by getting a divorce. And then, with absolutely no authority, she declared the first runner-up as the new winner, who happily seized the crown and started crying as if all her dreams had just come true. The whole thing plays out like a junior high assembly full of mean girls, which is essentially what a beauty pageant is. Honestly, there was more drama here than a drag queen competition, which is saying something. Drag queens are so much more fun than beauty queens. Our rules are so much better. You got to be a little drunk, and everyone dances. How do you think Lucy Bell has held on to the title of Miss Beaver Pond for over 20 years? And now we're done with the frowns and the crowns for now. And now on to the clowns. Yes, it turns out that troubled Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, yeah, remember him, sought a blanket pardon for his sex trafficking investigation from Trump before Trump was forced to leave office due to the Constitution saying so. Yeah, you know you're screwed when you ask for a blanket pardon. Now, a blanket pardon is when you did something so bad you can't explain why you need the blanket pardon. And he didn't get it. No, how disappointing. Matt Gaetz spent 4 years kissing orange butt for nothing. I can't believe people still don't understand how Trump works. You don't get anything from him unless you are helping him. He's a selfish prick. According to court documents, Gaetz apparently Venmoed $900 to his trafficking buddy, who then Venmoed the girl's payments amounting to $900. Venmo? You used a traceable electronic cash app instead of just going to an ATM? The Trump era is the orange age of idiots. These are the guys who are running our country. So much for frowns and clowns, but we'll have more on crowns later. And that's this week's headlines. Ooh, that was fun. So now let's go on with the show. Excuse me. So let's bring Russell in to see what he has to say. Russell.
Hey, Amber, how are you?
Oh, fine. We thought we'd toss things around a bit by putting the headlines up front there. So I think that worked pretty good.
Give people a few laughs to start.
Yes,
and then they can laugh at us after that.
Yes. All right. So Russell, let's see. What do we have to get started first? We got some new viewers tonight. I know that because people said, I'm finally going to be able to watch the show. So what's the best way for them to watch?
Well, the best way to watch, and what we always love to tell people, is to watch on YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, you can find us at youtube.com/AmberLive. And if you subscribe there and click on the bell for notifications, you'll always know when we go live, which is a great thing. And the reason to watch on YouTube or anywhere else is that it is in full HD. If you're watching on Stream Ally, we also love them as well. They do a great job. Facebook is fine, Twitch is fine if that's where you are, but YouTube is full HD, and you can find all our old episodes and clips from the show and lots of other great things. There's some really wonderful stuff there, and if you go look, there's a couple of videos from the last couple of weeks. Lucy Bell with her peeps catching on fire, and then Rocco and his cousin Cooter from last week. All those clips are up there, and those two clips in particular are doing really well right now. So go check them out.
And we got to bring up Rusty Peen as well. And
yes, all 4 episodes of Rusty Peen and the Peep Jousting are available for viewing on YouTube, and they're also getting some good views and fun comments.
Yeah, make sure you want to share that. And also, while you're on there, you want to subscribe, because if you subscribe, you're going to get notified when we go live. And we do that not just on Sundays. We also been doing that on Wednesday nights too, for our little impromptu Amber chats that we have.
Yes.
It's around 8:15 on Wednesdays. We just get on air and we talk about whatever comes up.
And you can send in any comments you want during Amber Chat to talk to Amber, ask her questions, or if you want, you can even send us an email and we'll send you the link to come on live and talk to Amber right on the air.
Yeah, last Wednesday we had, I think, 6 people on. We had Josh and Amy, and then Big J was on, and Rocco and Jack, and we had a big party going on a Wednesday. It was a lot of fun. All right. So, Russell, now it's time to talk about your favorite subject.
Oh, yes, my favorite subject and the thing that keeps us going are our bustiers. And we have to thank them all, especially our super bustiers, Craig Hilliard, Rial Masson, Janet Feeney, John Martin, and Larry Lamori. And I know Larry's watching tonight, and behind me on the wall, I have my colors in blue tonight, you can see. And that's because Larry asked for blue because he's afraid if I put red up there, people seeing the window would think I was a hooker. I told him I didn't think anyone was going to think that, but
I do want to comment that it says John Martin and Larry Lamoureux. They are not a couple. They are not a couple.
No, there are commas before everybody. That's like a long list there.
Okay.
And Serena O'Connell helped us out again this week. If you'd like to become a bustier and help us out, please use Venmo at RJD Pro. You can see it right there, and we really appreciate that. Anything you can give is a huge help. $5, $10, $20, $5,000 if you got it. I don't know who's got it, but we'll take it. And then if you give $25 or more, you get a sticker. $100 or more, you get a sticker and a magnet. And $200 or more, you get a sticker, a magnet, and a mug, and we'll send those right to you. And we thank you all. Again, it's Venmo at RJD Pro. Thanks to our boosters so much.
Yes, if you got that stimulus check that's just laying around.
And maybe 2 or 3 old stimulus checks that you never cashed.
So, Russell, what's our picture this week for caption this?
It is time to caption this, and this week there is our picture. So, if you have a funny caption for that picture, send it in the comments. Put that it's a caption, and later on the show, Jack will be talking about the best comments. So we want to hear from you. That one ought to get some good comments.
USA.
Yeah.
Hey. So, Russell, let's get to the show. Who do we have on our lineup tonight?
We have 2 great guests tonight. We have Ken Holmes, an actor who is from Vermont, although he's currently living in New York City, and he has done a movie with our friend Bob, and he also does a lot of work on in TV and film, and you've probably seen him once or twice wandering past your screen while you're watching some show. So you'll get to know him, you'll see some of his work and really enjoy it. And then the second one, we have Empress number 37, I believe, Vanity Fair from Edmonton and Alberta, and she's going to come on and talk all about the amazing work that she does raising money for charity. And we've got some great video of her, and it'll be a wonderful evening chatting with Vanity.
Plus, we have Pass the Tea, our recap of RuPaul's Drag Race. Yep. My top 5 this week. We have Rocco coming on, and we'll have Talk to Jack and Boog and Sugar to close out the show. But something's missing this week, Russell. What is it?
I wonder what that is.
Where's Lucy Bell?
I thought I was a little hungry. There's no food, nothing cooking.
Lucy Bell, what are you up to tonight? She's
out running around somewhere, probably drinking. So
I hope she's watching.
Yes, and if you miss Lucy Bell, put it in the comments and let her know, because
yes,
we want her back next week.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much, Russell. We'll talk to you later on in the show. Yeah. So as Russell said, our first guest tonight is Ken Holmes. Now, he's an actor, and actors can be kind of weird because who knows what the hell they do. All right. So we're going to find out exactly what a New York City actor does. So Ken Holmes, come on in. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Amber. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
Well, good. All right. So how do you classify, you're an actor, we accept that, but what category of actor would you put yourself in?
Well, I do film and TV. I do a lot of comedy, drama. I used to do a lot of horror, and I'm primarily right now here in New York. I'm doing a lot of extra work actually, which is super fun. You can see me in a lot of big shows, just walking around in the background, pouring water for people as a waiter, being a bartender. just like really miscellaneous things. And that's actually a lot of fun. And you can play like in any like New York production, you can kind of play like, where's Ken in this show?
So
it's like, where's Waldo?
How many Law and Orders have you been in?
I've actually done 2 that have already aired and 1 that's coming out. In the one that's coming out, I play 3 different roles. So that episode will be really fun to look for me in.
All right. Well, we have a reel that talks more about what your acting experience is. So, Russell, let's see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. I wish I'd said goodbye to him. I'd love to be able to hear his voice, see him again. I would give anything for that. Dad, I just wanted to say goodbye, and I love you, Dad.
You ready?
Okay.
Don't forget the note.
Okay. I got it. It's in my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah?
A lot of cool cats come to the cafe. There's Jacob, poet and philosopher who speaks with an accent, so he's pretty interesting. There's Ostracized, an elderly mentor and Shakespeare enthusiast who refers to his age a lot.
We released it on vinyl because I'm a real artist who actually appreciates the way music sounds. CDs only scratch the surface. They're artificial. Vinyl is the truth.
Get out of here.
No.
Get out of here, so help me God, you're gonna regret it. What did you say to me?
Say no.
Just mess with the wrong boy, faggot. Now, you gonna be a good little bitch and get out?
Fuck you.
I said you gonna be a good little bitch and get out!
But I am captain. I must not leave my ship. But I shall baffle this fiend or monster, for I shall tie my hands to the wheel when my strength begins to fail, and then I shall also tie that which he, dare not touch. And then, come good wind or foul, I shall save my soul and my honor as captain.
So, Ken, those were mostly independent films. Is that what
Those were? Yeah. Yeah, those are mostly independent films. Some student films in there too. But yeah, that was a lot of the stuff that, especially like a lot of my early work, I did a lot of darker roles. Looking back on that, it's like, wow.
so tell me about some. Tell me some of the television shows that we might have seen you in.
You might have seen me in Pose. I've done a couple episodes of that. I'm actually
what'd you do in Pose?
On the upcoming season. Well, on the upcoming season, I'm a core hospital worker, so you can see me as like an orderly in a bunch of different episodes throughout the season. Previously, in the last season, I was a costumer, and I was also a patient in a hospital. So, yeah, you can see me a few different times in that.
I'll have to go back and watch.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see. You can see me really well as the costumer. And then for other TV, let's see, what else did I do? I did Fosse Verdon. That was a lot of fun. That was with Sam Rockwell and Michelle Williams about Bob Fosse and his relationship with Verdon. Yeah, and
so what did you do with that? What did you do in that?
So in that, I was also a couple different roles. The most fun was I was a film crew guy. I think I did special effects, and that was a lot of fun because I got to work with Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is a blast. I've worked with him a couple times on set. Like anytime he's working on a movie in New York or a TV show, I seem to be working with him, and he is so nice. He is just everything you would hope he would be. Very energetic.
That's good to hear.
He also told me that I look, I don't know, can I swear on the show? He said,
yes,
I can swear. He said I look fucking incredible. So I was like, all right, I got amazing praise from Lin-Manuel Miranda.
So I know I'm not going to ask you, say, who was a real prick to work with, but who are some of the other really nice, genuine people that we might know?
Nice, genuine people. I got to work with Ben Stiller, who is really nice.
Yeah.
He thanked everybody for working on his show. It was Escape at Dannemora was what I did with him.
Oh yeah.
One of the funniest people I've worked with is Sasha Baron Cohen. I did Trial of the Chicago 7, and if you watch that movie, when Abby Hoffman is like talking to the crowd of activists, and he's telling the story, and then it goes back to the flashback, I'm in the crowd of people listening to him. And in between takes, he would do stand-up comedy, just totally unscripted. He would meet everybody, like all the extras. He would just talk to us, and he would just riff with us. And it was hilarious. He has no off switch. He's just constantly going. He is fantastic.
All right. So you and I met, I think it was like 7 years ago when we were in a film together. Well, me and my drag king character, Bob, were in a film together.
Yes.
With Matt Lipke. It was a senior project of his at University of Vermont. And he made this full-length film for a senior project. And it ran for a week at the Roxy here in Burlington. And we've got some clips of that. So let's have some fun with those.
Hello, gentlemen.
Who are you? What do you want with us?
Jackal. I am flattered. Seems your friend over here knows who I am. The only problem is, I don't know who you boys are. Why you've been stealing from me or attacking my men.
We didn't steal anything from you.
Hardly. You and Parker moved the bodies out of my sight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir? Inform Stark of the situation.
No, Stark can wait. You call in backup right now. I want you to find those two resistors and bring them to me. Immediately
go. Wow. You were a lousy shot.
That was terrible, yeah. That was a terrible shot. I had a great beard, though.
Yes, you did. People can order Elixir either from Lipke Productions or It's available there at Blu-ray, DVD. Yes. So it's a fun film. Bob saves the world. He's a resistor. You were the bad guy. That was the amazing Ben Ash who was playing the head meanie there as well. We had a wonderful time. I remember the first day we filmed, it was like 98 degrees in the end of August. And by the end of November, it was like 3 below when we did those scenes there in Westford.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. All right, Ken, we'll go back to the green room. We'll call you back later on for the quiz, but it's great talking to you.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Oh, that was fun. That brought back a lot of good memories. Nice seeing Ken. All right. So I didn't get a chance to watch RuPaul's Drag Race this week, so I don't know what happened. So I know how to find out. It's time to pass the tea.
Girl, that's hot.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pass the Tea. I am Angela Mansberry.
And I'm Sherry Poppins. And this week we are reviewing episode 14?
Correct.
Of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13. How exciting. And it is the final episode before the finale, y'all.
And it's a great top 4. We've got 4 really great queens in this top 4.
Yeah, we got Simone, we got Candy Muse, we got Mick, and we got Rose. And all amazing. And like most episodes before the finale, their maxi challenge was to write their own lyrics to a part of one of RuPaul's songs, Lucky, and then perform it in this big music video-esque way. And what did you think of the music video? I thought it was actually really cute.
It was really cute, and I loved how each of them was a different color. It kind of reminded me of the Say My Name music video, in a way.
Oh, yes, that too.
But it was super cute. I thought they all did really well. Who did you think from those 4 performances? Who did you really like?
I liked Rose and Mick, though I gotta say, Mick surprised me with how much I liked it. So I'd say that was my fave. What about you?
I think I really thought Mick was fantastic. And of course, Rose is such a given performer. I mean, she's so good. Candy has such great stage presence. I think of the 4, I think Simone slipped to the back the most of the 4, just because the other 3 had such strong presences in their performances.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Simone, for me, was the least exciting to watch, but none of it mattered anyway, but we'll get to that in a minute. So moving on from the video, now we've got the runway, which is drag excellence, and all 4 of them looked stunning. I mean, they really embodied all the best qualities about them, and looked beautiful.
I did. They were all strong in their own regard. I mean, that's what's so great about this top 4. They're so distinct, and you really got to see that in this runway. I mean, I particularly loved Mick's Dalmatian look.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one spot that started as makeup and then became hair, like that one that was connected, that was like so great. I loved the spots of cut fabric circles. So it was her skin and then matching the skin tone circles on her face. Loved it.
Yeah, it was great. I'd once again never seen anything quite like it. And that's what Gottmik does. Gottmik brings looks to the runway that are so clever that you hadn't thought of them before. And then when you see it, you're like, that makes so much sense. Why has no one done that before?
Chic fashion with a little bit of camp and like all that jazz in one. She's great.
But I also love Simone. I had such a presence too.
Oh God, those big bellowy sleeves were stunning. Yeah, and that color on her skin was so beautiful too. I mean, she looked gold. She looked like gold. It was great.
She was so regal when she walked down the runway, and that's for drag excellence. That's the category. I mean, walking out looking like a queen.
Absolutely. So then after the runway, they all talk through with the judges about their journeys on the show. Basically, it's just a big compliment fest for a few minutes. Then they all talk to their baby pictures, and that was a lot of crying. The gays were definitely crying.
And then we had all 4 of them had to lip sync. But here's the twist. Each of them had to lip sync one at a time individually, which I think that's a good way to do it, because I do not want to see 4 drag queens lip syncing at the same time. I just don't.
They do it every season, and it's always so much. Yeah.
It's such a mishmash. But this worked well. Of course, it was all edited together, this giant montage, so you had no idea who did actually well in the lip sync and who did not, because it's just editing back and forth. And of course, we're all leading up to the fact that this 2-hour episode didn't really matter because all 4 of them stayed.
All 4 of them are moving on to the finale. Anything that was said or done or worried about in those last 2 hours that ate up your life didn't matter. But you know what? I'm just excited that we're so close to the finale.
We're so close, and it's a great top 4. I'm really excited for the finale. So the finale will be in 2 weeks. So we, of course, will be back to talk about the finale. And it's been a great journey, girl. It's been a journey.
It's been a key, girl. I love it. And we love all y'all that have been watching. Thanks so much for all the positive feedback. It means a lot to us. So
yes, thank you very much. And once again, I am Angela Mansberry.
And I'm Sherry Poppins, and this has been Pass the Tea. Back to you, Amber. Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
Girl, that's hot.
Cheers, girls. Thank you so much. Oh, just a couple more weeks. Can't wait. That's going to be fun. Yeah, who do you think's going to win? I don't know. Oh, right. So, Russell, come on in. Russell.
Hello.
Hey, Russell. Last week when we ended the show, I made a cryptic comment about having a loss. And that was because just right before we went on the air, we found out that one of our previous guests had passed away. And that would be Monique Ford. And she was just on the show 2 weeks ago. She was the manager and the head bartender at Three Needs. And she was telling us about her hopes of what was going to happen soon as the restrictions gathered. We got some pictures of Mo we'd like to share as well. That's one night that Lucy Bell and I had been out on the town collecting money for the Vermont Cares AIDS Walk. And we always like to stop in at Three Needs because Mo always made sure we walked out of there with a little bit more money than we walked in with. So that was nice. And that's it was a Mardi Gras day in Burlington, and you had to stop at Three Needs for Mardi Gras and to see Mo. And there's Marguerite and I. That was just, I think, just a regular night on the town with us. But she loved having us come in. She always made us feel so much at home and just treated us great. And we just had so much fun with her. And that was at the 7 Days Daisies party. They had won for like best pickup place, best pool tables, and I don't think we won anything that year, but we were there to party. And that was at a Pride Day that she walked through the park with us and wanted to take a picture. And she was just a big supporter. At Christmas time, we would always do a Christmas SantaCon or a Christmas walk or bar hopping. And we always started at Three Needs because that was a great place to kick off. And that was it was several years ago where Marguerite got her head shaved to raise money for St. Baldrich's. And that was in City Hall Park. And Mo was right there supporting us. And I really can't tell you enough what a big hole there is in everyone's heart who knew her, and in Burlington. If you drive by Three Needs or walk by for half a block, there's flowers on the sidewalk. There's chalk written on the walls and on the sidewalk. It's really been a rough week for our friends in Burlington and all who knew her. So our heart goes out to all of you, and we're with you there in sorrow. So, but Mo was a great guest too. I
mostly knew her through the 2 times she was on the show, and she was always happy and smiling and just did a wonderful job as a guest. So it's a big loss to Burlington.
It really is. It really is. So my thoughts go out to her friends and staff of Three Needs. So thank you. All right. So let's get back to the show. Thank you for letting me do that. We have the caption. Let's bring that picture back up. And Mo would love this picture. She'd have something to say about that picture.
So send in your funniest captions for Jack, and he'll bring them up at the end of the show, and we'll talk about them or laugh about them.
Good ones already, but I know you you can come up with some more. Let it go. Just let it go and put it in there.
Yes. If it's too bad, Jack will censor it.
Yeah, and we know how strict his tastes are. Yeah.
And let's not forget our bustiers. Remember, you can help support Amber Live at Venmo at RJD Pro, and we appreciate every bit that you can give. Helps keep us on the air or on the stream and keep us going, so we can have more fun, more good times.
Yes, and yes. Okay. Well, coming up, still on the show. Let's see. We've got. I've got my top 5, and then we've got Vanity Fair, the Empress coming up, and then we've got a quiz, and Rocco and Boog and Shug and Jack and Russell. You'll be back as well. But one more word from our sponsor, please.
Hey, it's Lucy Bell. Have you visited the Amber Live store to get your own amazing Amber Live merch? Just visit amberlive.tv and you can see all the incredible items we have for you. Regular coffee mugs, large coffee mugs, and even magic coffee mugs. T-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, tote bags, and even beach towels. Y'all, they make great gifts for your friends. I've got mine. Just visit the Amber store at amberlive.tv and order yours today.
Thank you, Lucy Bell. Hope to see you on the show next week. I think she's got something special planned, I'm sure. All right, now it's time for my top 5 this week. We're still talking crowns, all right? So I'm thinking the top 5 things I would do if I were single and the Queen of England. Well, number 5, I would make everyone a beefeater in my kingdom, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And number 4, I'd take back Parliament. Sorry, we're rolling back the rules and I'm in charge again. I'm the Queen. Number 3, it's no longer Big Ben. It's Big Amber. It's Amber time. And number 2 thing I would do if I was single and the Queen of England, afternoon tea is now afternoon martini. Yes, you knew that was coming. And the number 1 thing I'd do if I were Queen of England, Harry and Meghan are the next in line for the throne. You gotta love a ginger. So that's what I would do if I were single and the Queen of England. Hey, Liz, taking some notes? Let me know if you need some help. All right. So our next guest is a fascinating drag queen from Canada, and she sent us this video before we talked to her.
When I was a lot younger, I kind of went through a phase of knowing there was something in me that needed to come out, and I kind of went through this very brief period of thinking like maybe I should have been a girl, but I don't know, drag just kind of gets that out of my system. So like I'm just quite content being a guy.
Trying to figure it out, trying to see.
I went to the old Roost nightclub on 105th Street. It's closed since then, but it was pretty much the main gay bar in town at the time. And one of my very first Saturday nights there, I don't know, I must have been dancing or something, but these 2 drag queens just grabbed me and said, like, here's our phone number, we're gonna put you in drag next weekend, you know, you're coming over and we're gonna get dressed up and then we'll take you out on the town. Behind every drag queen, there's like a story, right? There's like a hurt little boy, or there's an emotional story from their past that drag is compensating for in some way. I know that's the case with me. In my 20s, I literally was in drag every night of the week because I was depressed and anxious and insecure, and I just didn't want to. It's an escape, right? You can paint a smile on your face and be somebody else and go out and forget about all your problems. And
I should mention, does anyone know who I am? I always do that. I just start blabbing and assume people who know who I am, but there's lots of new faces in the room. So my name is Vanity Fair, Empress 37 of Edmonton.
Vanity was super confident and David was shy and quiet and insecure and no self-esteem. And over the years, the two kind of merged and made the individual I am. Like, I think now David and Vanity are not so different personality-wise, but in the past, like, they were night and day, right? Opposite ends of the spectrum, so. as I've aged, I've definitely conquered a lot of my demons and depression and anxiety. Drag has been a huge part of that. It's been very therapeutic for me. I tell people that probably if I hadn't started doing drag, David would not be alive right now. There's a deeper emotional level to drag than anyone realizes, and we're people too underneath all this stuff, so. I think maybe that's one of the bigger misconceptions about drag, is that there is some sexual aspect, and there just isn't. Like, as glamorous as I look, none of this is comfortable, you know? And under the dress, it's not sexy. You know, there's like an old lady bra and 4 pairs of Spanx and a girdle, and like, it's not sexy at all. Here comes Mama. Well, I'm definitely not out trying to pick up men or, you know, confuse them into... I don't think I look like a real woman, but, you know, some of them get a little confused. Depends how many drinks they've had, I guess. I think I get more... It's more rewarding with the charity work that I do. The fundraising, benefiting like local charities and giving back to the community. The gay community has given so much to me over the years. I definitely feel an obligation to give back, and so I try and do that as much as I can. I think in a lot of ways, all of us do drag in some way or another, right? Whether it's, I mean, we all comb, well, most of us, comb our hair, put our makeup on, and put our best face forward every day when we leave the house. So we're all doing our own little form of drag. I just happen to go a little extreme with my look. I'm a firm believer of you never know what people are going through on the inside until you get to know them. So behind every drag queen, there's a story. And I think if people just took a chance and got to know the man behind the woman, then they would have a different perspective on the whole scene. I probably wouldn't be alive right now if it wasn't for the bitch you see sitting in front of you. She saved my life and transformed me in every way and made me the man I am today.
Wow, what a nice story. So let's meet Vanity Fair. Come on in, Vanity. Hi there.
Hi, girl. How are you?
Fine. That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing.
It makes me cry every time, though. That's the only bad thing.
Oh, so what was that for? What was that used for? Where was that aired?
It was for one of our local cable channels, Shaw TV. They wanted to kind of interview different people from different aspects of the queer community and kind of spotlight them. So I got picked, I guess, to share my story. So.
All right. Well, I don't want to ask your age, but how long have you been Vanity Fair?
Well, that question kind of gives away my age anyway. So I've been doing drag probably about 24 years, and I'll be 44 in July, or 45 in July this year. So going strong, girl.
Good. Keep going. Keep it going. Don't let it stop. All right.
Never.
That's great. That's great. So tell me about this title, Empress 37. What's that about?
Okay, so I'm a member of the Imperial Sovereign Court of the Wild Rose. So we're a chapter of the International Court System, which is in your country as well, a big thing. So I'm Empress 37. We're actually on reign 45 in our community. So I was Empress quite a few years ago already. Still actively involved and helping fundraise. So.
What kind of activities or what organizations do you fundraise for?
So our main goal is to fundraise for local, smaller charities within our own local communities. So the Pride Center, HIV Edmonton, those types of smaller organizations that maybe don't get the government funding that they deserve. And then we also do a bursary program every year as well. So we give away money to students, LGBT students in the community as well.
Oh my goodness. How large is it a court? Is it, what's?
Yeah, we're technically a court. I think our membership is around 202 or 250 every year. So we do pretty well. Yeah.
That's very good.
Following. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So tell me about how you perform. What do you do when you're on stage?
Well, Vanity's kind of a dirty old cougar. She's a glamorous old cougar, but she's an old cougar. But she's not above.
I'm not glamorous.
Oh, you are, girl. Don't worry. But she's not above putting on some thigh-high boots and a skimpy outfit and getting out there too and shaking things. So she's all over the map. I like my classic old divas: Dolly, Reba, Cher, Shirley Bassey, all the true divas. So
what's your favorite song to perform?
Ooh. I really love Fancy by Reba McEntire, or New York, New York by Liza too is a favorite. So
that's a showstopper.
Yes.
Do you do a kick? Do you do a kick line?
Oh, I can't kick as high as I used to, but
that's it. So, all right. So, what's been happening in the drag scene in Edmonton the past year?
You know what? We have we have a small community, but we have a mighty little drag community. So we didn't really skip a beat here. The instant we were kind of on lockdown, our local booking group, Party Queens YEG, was like, well, we're going to have outdoor shows. So we kind of took over city parks and we were doing outdoor rented sound equipment, and we were having fundraisers and drag shows outside. Our court, fundraising wise, we've just switched to online. We had a virtual coronation last year and crowned new monarchs, and they're raising amazing money this year. I think we've already raised like $26,000 for our bursary fund this year. So yeah, and that's just online shows, live interacting, and silent auctions on Facebook of all things, and yeah, all kinds of cool ideas. So,
well, that's great. That's great. Yeah. So, how are things up in Canada with the COVID? What's your situation, or what's going on there?
Well, every province is kind of in their own boat, separately run, right? Right now in Edmonton, we are having like a surge of variant cases, so I think we're probably on the verge of a lockdown, but I have my vaccine appointment booked for a couple weeks from now, so I'm counting down the days, and we're holding our own, I guess, best we can, right? What can we do?
That's it. But I love it that you're still involved. You didn't hang up. Just closed the closet door. You're still working it.
Well, it's definitely different. I took a break for sure, because 20 years of drag, like I was thinking I did drag 1, 2, 3 times a weekend, every weekend for the last 24 years. That's a lot. So I definitely needed a little breather to recharge. But now I'm kind of getting into the recording at home thing and putting some stuff on Instagram to make people smile. And some songs that I have in my favorites collection don't really translate on stage, but in a video, you can kind of set it up a little differently and make it work and make it entertaining. So kind of enjoying that. Plus I can control the lighting, which is very important.
Got to be seen.
Yes.
Be seen. Oh, don't you hate going into a bar or a performance space and there's no lighting? Excuse me. We started bringing clip lights. We started bringing clip lights with us. We're going to be seen. So what are you looking forward? What are you looking forward to most when you can do what you want to do?
I think the outdoor park shows are probably going to be the first thing we're allowed to do. So once all the restrictions are kind of lifted, right now we're limited to 10 people gathering outside. So I think once that's lifted, we're going to be on it, and we're going to have park shows going and have people outside having a great time, making some money as well. So for good causes. So
got to have the coin.
Yes. I think it'll be a while before our bars are reopened. So yeah.
All right. So, Danny, when you get one of your videos that you're very proud of, send it to us and we'll show it some week. We'd love to have that.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Awesome. Yes, for sure. I can do that. I've got a few stashed away.
Amber, don't forget, we have a special surprise for.
That's right. I understand you're a makeup artist as well. I know you do hair as a profession, but there was a special project that you took on. Let's see, what was her name? Misty Beaver. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, oh my God. So, I love Misty. She's amazing.
Tell us the story.
So Misty was my drag daughter. We were doing this annual event called Dyke to Diva. So we would take lesbians and put them in drag and make them all glamorous. So Misty Beaver is my drag daughter, and she won the pageant that night, of course, hands down. And Donna and Misty are very good friends of mine. We've been friends for years, and she's just an amazing human being.
Oh, that's great.
That's a great surprise. Thank you.
So me with the House of LeMay, we host the annual Winter is a Drag Ball every year. It's the largest drag event of the year, over 1,000 people in a club, and we have entertainment. And someone just says, make sure I invite you to the next drag ball, and that definitely will be on the list. Hopefully in February.
I'm there. Yes, yes.
Oh, and a few drink tickets too, if that's
Yes,
okay.
definitely.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Vanity. Loved the video. Everything was so nice. Thank you. So let's bring Ken back in for our quiz. All right. We're in the middle of April. All right. So I thought, is there anything special about April? And so I did a little research. So I have a couple questions here. So in 1896, the modern Olympics began. All right. And it was in April. How long had it been since there had been an Olympic competition? It was 1896. They call it the modern Olympics. So why do they call it the modern? Had it been 1,896 years? Had it been 1,500 years? Or had there been no interruption? They just shook it up and called it the modern Olympics. What do you think?
1,896 is a very specific number. So I think I'm going to go with that.
How about you, Ken?
Yeah, I guess I'll go with number one as well. That seems
No,
right.
it was 1,500 years. I don't know. I don't think that picture was taken. Well, it might have been 1896. Yes. Yeah, they had cameras back then. Sure. So that was over in Greece, of course. All right.
I think I saw Queen Elizabeth in that photo.
So Ford Motor Company introduced their Mustang in April of 1964. Oh, that was a beautiful car. What was the sticker price of that Mustang? Was it $2,400? Was it $3,000? Or was it $6,400 for that Mustang?
I'm gonna go with number three, 6,400.
I'm gonna say number two. That was a long time.
It was only $2,400. Oh my God. I love that car. That was just so sporty and just, and if you had a convertible, that was great. All right. Now, the first battle of the Revolutionary War, that's the war here in the United States. The first battle of the Revolutionary War took place in April of what year? Was it 1766, 1770, or 1775? Which year did the Revolutionary First War take place? First battle.
I'm trying to remember what year Canadians burned down the White House the first time.
And we haven't forgiven you. So what do you think there?
I have no clue. I'm going to say 1775.
And Ken?
Yeah, 1775.
It is. It was just a year before the independence. Yeah, that surprised me. Yes. Okay, now we talked about the Queen, the big Queen earlier. Her birthday is on April 22nd. How old will she be in a few weeks? Will she be 90? Will she be 95 or 99? How old's the old Liz? How old is she?
95.
I should know this. I think it's only 90. I know Prince Philip was quite a bit older than her, so I think she's only 90.
Nope, she'll be 95. Yes.
Really? Oh my God.
Oh, and finally, George Washington was inaugurated as the first United States president in 1789. Where did the inauguration take place? Was it Washington, New York City, or Philadelphia? Where do you think that was? I know you're a little out of place there, Vanity Fair. Sorry about that.
So I'm going to say Philadelphia for some reason. I don't know why, but.
And Ken?
Ken should know this.
I'm gonna go with Philadelphia.
No, it was New York City. Yes.
Oh wow.
I think it was Federal Hall in New York City, and that's where George Washington became the first president of the United States. So thank you so much, Ken and Vanity, for being on the show tonight. Great stories, great interactions. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Hope to see you soon. Let us know what you're doing. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. We'll share everything. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, I hope. Oh, wasn't that fun? Did you learn anything? Let me know. All right. So we did the quiz, and now, now it's that time of night. Who knows what's going to happen as we bring the one, the only, Rocco Zamboni into Amber Live. Hey, Rocco.
Oh, hello there, Amber. How are you?
I'm fine, Rocco. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. I'm sitting here reading a book. As you know, I like to write books, but on occasion, I also like to read as well.
Oh, and what tome are you perusing at the moment?
Right now, I'm reading The Bathroom Trivia Companion. It is a classic of wonderful bits of trivia.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
who knew? I would love to share some with you.
Oh,
if
please
you don't mind.
Please do. Put me on the spot as I put the rest of the guests on the spot. Go ahead.
Well, some of these are not questions. They're just, one of Ronald Reagan's pet names for Nancy Reagan was Mommy Poo Pants. A squirrel can remember the hiding places of up to 10,000 nuts.
Oh. How do they know that?
I don't know. They must have asked.
You and I could write this book. We just make up shit. No one's going to know.
Seriously, who's going to reference oh, gee, you got that one wrong. They can only find 9,340 nuts.
Okay, so this is the bathroom book. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you read this on the crapper.
Okay, are you wearing pants now?
Never.
Okay.
You know better than to ask that question. I hate pants.
Oh. Any other tidbits of knowledge?
Hey. Most bees buzz in the key of A, but when tired, they buzz in the key of E. So they can play the blues. Let me tell you that. A and E. Let's see, what other tidbits? Construction on the Pentagon began on September 11th, 1941. Oh, 60 years to the day before the terrorist attacks on September 11th.
Wow.
Right.
So, Rocco, maybe some week you could take items from that book and make up some of your own items, and we could decide whether it was true or if it was a Roccoism.
Ooh, I like that. I could do that. I'll do that, because it's fun trying to figure out what's real and what's not real. Like somebody's boobs. I mean, I do that all the time. Real or not real? Let me get a squeeze and find out. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do in the name of science.
I think we have a bit here coming up with that. So we've gotten a lot of response from the appearance of your cousin Cooter.
Of course you have. Cooter's a nut job.
Well, so are we ever going to see Cooter again? Or
oh, you'll see Cooter again, I'm sure, plus probably some other family members, because they're all biting at the thing now, or whatever it is. They all want to be on the show, Amber. They saw it. They said, hey, Cooter was on the show. What the hell? I want on too. And I said, hey, right now, this is my bread and butter. Even though I don't have any bread or butter, thank you. But I figure I'll give them a shot every now and then,
All right, we would love to have that. A Zamboni family reunion some week. That would be fun.
That would be very terrifying, to be honest.
Anything else you want to say tonight, Rocco?
I'm eating a sandwich. I got a sandwich. I got some peach yogurt, and I'm not even going to get into that.
Okay. Well, nice seeing you, Rocco. And if you see Cooter, tell him we said hello.
I will do that. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Rocco. Yes. Yeah, Roccoisms. I like that. Little nuggets or stones from Rocco. I don't know. If you have any ideas, send them in. We'll come up with something. All right. Hey, Jack.
Hey, I like nuggets from Rocco. I don't know why. I feel like I shouldn't like that, but I like it.
Oh, and speaking of which, we had a lot of people wondering the connection between you and Rusty Peen.
Similar facial hair features, and we both have green eyes.
Okay, that was it. That was it. But people loved the Rusty Peen. They loved the Peen.
He was funny. I couldn't understand half the things that he said. That accent was just so thick.
There was one word that I could understand.
Dude. He said dude quite a bit. We're talking about the same word, right?
I think so.
The way to spell that is lowercase d 00D exclamation mark for those wondering.
Dudes. All right. So we had Ken Holmes on the show earlier, and he was talking about being the extra in a few shows. So I understand you've been an extra on a few shows.
I have been an extra on a few shows, and at least one movie. One that comes to mind. So I've done extra work for a bunch of shows since living in New York. I did an episode of Mysteries of Laura. I did a couple episodes of the short-lived HBO show Vinyl. Oh, I did a couple episodes on The Deuce, but I also did a few episodes of SNL.
Yes. And where are you there?
I am sitting next to Sashir Zameda, and so on the right-hand side of the screen, second row, just in the row behind Eddie Bryant.
Yes.
And I'm in the back row in this one, looking over Keenan's shoulder. Looking a little bit like Nicolas Cage there. And this is the first one that I did for SNL. This was when Chris Hemsworth was the host, and I'm in the background in this very Bee Gees looking kind of suit, which is awesome. I wish I had that suit, but that belonged to the costume department. And I gotta say, Chris Hemsworth in real life looks exactly like that. I mean, I was thinking that, movies being what they are, a lot of it could be airbrushed, but he looks like that in real life. And he's really nice. He's just remarkably a nice guy.
That's good to hear. That's
very charming.
And that's what you say to people too, when they say, "What's Amber like to work with?" Isn't that what you say?
Yeah, she's all right. She's nice, but the pace stinks. That's what I tell people.
Talk to Russell. All right. Speaking of, how about the capture?
Oh yeah, that was a great picture that we saw this week. Let's throw that back up and see. Everyone said, starting off with Big J, he said, "Grand slam dunk." We got Rob B, who said, "You'd think that was Matt Gaetz with his head so far up someone's ass." Larry says, "It's dark in here." And I got some more coming for you. Gary says, "I heard of having your head up your ass, but this is ridiculous."
Gary Buck watching us from Elyria, Ohio. Thank you, Gary. Nice seeing you.
We've got Johnny watching and who said, "Can you get your head out of my ass?"
Those are words he's never said before.
Words to live by. Cousin Craig says, "Coach said if you want to win, you have to use your head." And Cindy says, "Hey, Gates, get out here. The cops need to talk with you." And then finally, you wanted to see what I would flag or not flag. Well, somebody wrote, "The ATM is jammed." Who wrote that? That's disgusting.
Who wrote that? Oh, those are great. Thank you so much, people. Have fun. All right, so let's bring Russell in. All right. Hey, Russell.
I think Vanity sent us a private message that was a caption that said, "Looking for some nuggets up there."
Thank you, Vanity. All right. So, nice show. What nice people, interesting stories, just having fun.
Always great to meet new people.
Yes. Thank you so much. So, Russell, what do we have coming up next week?
Oh my goodness, you just asked me and I just drew a blank, so hang on 1 second. I hate when I do that.
The suspense is killing me, Russ.
I need to write it down ahead of time.
Don't tell me it's an hour of it's not an hour of Rocco, is it?
No, it is not an hour of Rocco. So
I think everyone will get sued.
Rocco will not be reading his erotic poetry from nurses for an hour because
naughty nurses.
Next week, yes, we have two great women coming on. We have Bianca, who we saw on Miss Richfield originally, and she has a podcast about the Imposter Syndrome, and she's going to come on and talk about that and what that is. And I'm sure Amber's going to ask her about her military husband as well. And then we have April.
No, wait. The Imposter Syndrome, or that's when you're in a situation and you think, I shouldn't be here. People are going to think I'm a fake. You know, it's self-doubt and what to do about that. So it's very interesting. Very interesting.
It is. And I think we'll learn a lot. And I mean, I wouldn't suggest at all that Amber's an imposter. And then we have April Brooker coming on, who is a ventriloquist from both New York and Las Vegas. And she has been on a bunch of shows, and I believe she is a fan of puppets. So Boog and Sugar will be very interested in her. I think she has a collection of 25 puppets, and she's going to come on and she's put out a book recently, I believe, on how to be a ventriloquist. So she'll be talking about her book and all the TV she's been on. I think she even did, that show, like What Would You Do with John Sasso? Or
yes.
They put. I think she was one of the people who was misbehaving with her puppets on that show.
I want to do that.
So that's gonna be a fun show.
All right, great. All right, and hopefully Lucy Bell is back in the kitchen.
Yeah, she got a lot of comments tonight. People missing her.
Yes. And we have Pass the Tea and Rocco, and it's just gonna be a fun night. All right, so thank you so much, Russell. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Great one.
Yes. So, and thank you for watching. Look, we had some great people watching tonight from all over the country, and that's really good to see. So tell your friends, go back on amberlive.tv if you want to see some past episodes. And Russell does a great job of picking out clips from the show and putting on there. If you don't want to share the whole show with someone, but you saw something you liked, you want to share, go to amberlive.tv, and there's a clip there that you can share. So please do that, would you? All right. So thank you so much. Have a great week, please. If you can get the vaccination, get the vaccination. All right. And until then, wear a mask. Until next week, I'm going to be here. Hope you will be too. Bye-bye.
Amber must be taping this show in Beaver Pond's Pork Byproduct Processing Plant.
Why do you say that?
Because it really stinks.